Good afternoon, everyone. We are back for another edition of our Friday noon webinar series. We are excited to be with you today. My name is Kamara Seals, and I serve as the policy director here at the Arkansas Public Policy Panel. Today we have Kwame Abdul-Bey, who is our campaign coordinator for our ballot measures, and we have Heather Collins, who is our communications coordinator. So we are all here in the office and excited to talk to you guys about our ballot measures and our process and our canvassing. And actually, it's more canvassing, not really the ballot measures. We'll obviously reference the ballot measures, but we're talking about the canvassing process. So it should be, I don't know how exciting it will be, but it will be informational. Yeah, I don't know how excited, but it will be informational today. So so we're going to kind of jump right in as we go through this, talking about the canvassing and the modules that the team have put together. If you have questions, put them in the chat or in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook, put your questions or your comments. Brady is monitoring that and he'll let us know. Or if you're on here with us, we can't see you, but I guess you can see us. So just put them in, and we want to have a good conversation. This is informational today. And it's some good information, and we're real excited to be able to present it to you. So I just want to kind of frame a little more about why we're here. So we had, and when I say why we're here, why there was a need to have these training modules. The rules have changed and rules have been challenged. That's the bottom line. So during the legislative session in January, February, March, April, legislators introduced numerous bills that changed the process of how we canvass and collect signatures for this process. That's what happened. Now I don't think we're going to go through we're going to go through some of that, but I just want to frame why we're here. So because of that process, the team has put together canvassing modules where you can literally watch section by section on how to properly collect signatures for your petitions. It doesn't matter what petitions you're doing. It's to collect signatures in the state of Arkansas. In addition to having the training modules, we also have access where you can print out a PDF copy. So the work has been done. It's there. Let me bring in Kwame and Heather at this time. Let's just talk a little bit about the process. And again, just a reminder, this is educational, not very entertaining, but educational. And people need to know how to correctly do it, because what we don't want to do is to collect 100,000 signatures and they get thrown out. Serious thing. We don't want that. We do not want that to happen, you all. And so I'm gonna tell you, it's been a lot of growing pains, learning curve. We get mad at each other. We get mad at the opposition, and because we're changing and we're back and forth. It's just been a lot. So which one of you want to start? It doesn't matter who wants to jump in there first. And we just kind of want to talk to the viewers about the process right now.
Yeah, well, it started actually during session, and Kwame, we kept coming back to this all these anti-direct democracy bills that were just so challenging, just so problematic from the get-go, and it was very clear that it was just basically just to make it harder for canvassers or people, everyday Arkansans, just to even be able to sign a petition. So we kind of just, in that back office, that front office up there, it was just like, Kwame kept saying, we just got to do something, and then Brady came in, and we just kept keeping track of, this is going to be something we need to talk about once this is over. This is something that's going to be an issue for volunteer canvassers in Arkansas once we get into campaigning and stuff like that. So,
in the first iteration, I guess you could say, is that graphic that's right over your shoulder that you created, because we wanted to be able to demonstrate how these ever-changing laws are changing the process.
Right. And I think when we broke it down, because you did the math on it, it went from I think we estimated last time around it would have taken 2 minutes to complete, to go through the whole process. But with these new laws, read the ballot title and all these problematic new laws, I think it ended up being 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. And
that's
when we multiply it by 90,000 signatures, exponentially just absurd. Right. It was challenging enough to begin with, right? But it's just almost, it just feels crazy. So the idea then was, we knew that's daunting as a volunteer, somebody who's volunteered before. To me, it just felt so problematic, so daunting, that we really, we sat down as a team and said, what can we do to help empower folks, to help just streamline it? Because there were so many, is that real? Why is it that way? Wait, what does this mean? And there were some vague parts to the process now. And so we wanted to come in and really clarify that, really just more than anything, empower anybody, any everyday Arkansan who wants to advocate for policies that could help their communities, really.
Right. And in speaking to the vagueness and the need for clarity, it has to be stated that even as we talk today, the state of Arkansas has not done what we have set out to do. There is no document published by the state of Arkansas that tells you this is exactly what you're supposed to do from point A to point B. And these are the different steps. And we've attempted over the last 3 legislative sessions to actually get that done. I've been crying and pleading with legislators to create an administrative process, rule-making process, so that there can be some clarity. However, since there has not been, and since it seems like in every single legislative session, there's more and more steps added, and it gets murkier and murkier.
Right.
So that's why we're here today.
Right. So what we want to do today is give some clarity. Best we can. We have the modules. The team has put the work in to make sure the steps are correct and accurate. And that's where we are today. And so we want, we just want to connect with the volunteers, the people who are going to be what we call boots on the ground.
That part,
Yeah, boots on the ground, getting signatures. Because, that's who we want to connect with. And so the resources are there, and we can't stress enough. That's why we're doing this webinar today, is because there were challenges. We've worked through a lot of that. Thank goodness we got the injunction. And so we're going to talk about some of those rulings, where we can collect signatures now under the previous under the previous rules. And we're very thankful for that. So let's shift gears now to the clarity part of this. So I think the first thing we want to do is tell the people where they can go to find the training modules that we're getting ready to talk about, because I want somebody to pin that in chats or comments. Y'all know I can't do that and talk, so I can let you all give the address, because like I said, we want people to know. We want them to write it down. Just go to the website, a few clicks and they're there. So first of all, Heather, give us the where this information is located.
So we've staged both. The modules come in the form of a PDF that accompanies the volunteer canvasser through the entire process of canvassing in Arkansas as of today, right? Regardless of whichever campaign you're supporting. So there's 19 total steps. There's 5 modules. I mean, but again,
that's a lot.
Trying to streamline it so there's no guessing.
Right.
And hopefully it just becomes fairly kind of formulaic for you. It's just a step by step, and that was the idea. But so we've staged the PDFs and the modules, the videos. So on citizensfirst.org and then ARPanel.org. But for the 2 campaigns that we're supporting, For Our Kids and Protect Our Rights, on the volunteer sign-up pages on both of those websites, there's a link where if you want to access the training modules, you can access them there. And again, that's on the volunteer sign-up pages for Protect AR Rights.org and for FOR Our Kids, AR Kids.org. So you can find them immediately in those 4 spaces. We also have them staged on the panels and Citizens First and social media pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Is there something on YouTube?
Yes, thank you for saying that. So we do have the full, so we've broken it up into modules. So each module is about 2 minutes long. So you can just, if you want to learn about preparing for how to canvass, you can go to like module 1. If you want to learn about what to do after you've gotten all your petitions signed and how to process your petitions, which is super important, then you can go to module 5. But if you want to watch it from all the way through, let's say you're having like a training session in your community, you can watch the full video, which is, I think we came out of about 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
That is on the panel's YouTube page.
Okay, great.
And that's Arkansas Public Policy Panel on YouTube.
Okay. All right. So we need to make sure that we get that information in the comments on Facebook, so people will know. All right. The next thing, Kwame, let's talk about, excuse me. Let's talk to our volunteers and our canvassers on the actual, I don't know if how far we want to get into the canvassing. I don't know, but what do we want to tell the volunteers right now? What's the message to the volunteers? Because I know we're not going to watch this video in the middle of this webinar. They can go watch it. But I know you all know Kwame is the campaign manager for both of our campaigns, which is the campaigns that Heather just explained. And so what is our message right now? What is your message to volunteers and getting them engaged and going through the training?
Well, there are different sets of volunteers with different messages. We're sitting right now, we're in the process, particularly this month of December, and probably going through January, is we're reaching out to all of the volunteers from the 2024 campaigns and reaching out to them individually. Those phone calls and texts began a couple of weeks ago, and just reaching out to them, letting them know, hey, we're at a point right now where we can actually start publicly gathering signatures. So we're letting them know where we're at, letting them know how to get the supplies that they need, letting them know about the video, the training video and the modules. So that's the main message is we need to get out there. We have 6 months ahead of us. We have 6 months to collect 150,000 signatures per measure. So we're actually collecting 300,000 signatures.
Is it that many signatures?
Yes. And we have 6 months to do that. In our 2024 campaign, we collected over 70,000 signatures in less than 2 months, about 2 months and a week or so. So if we're able to do that in that compressed amount of time, then in this 6 months amount of time, I think we can do this. And the goal is to get it done as quickly as possible so that we have time to turn it in and we have time to address any challenges that are sure to come up once we get those signatures turned in. So right now, the main message is it's time to get to work.
Yeah. So I think we do you all talk a little bit about the process. I think you know, because we have time. I don't, as a matter of fact, I don't have it in front of me, but I think we do talk a little bit about the process for canvassers.
For canvassers?
Yeah, for canvassers, yeah.
Just as far as like what's in the training module?
Yes.
So I'll just go through real quick and I'll tell you like what each module covers, just so you can kind of get
right. I want them to get an idea of
to be very clear. There was discussion when we started talking about putting these together about would these training modules be just for our campaigns that we're supporting as an organization, or would they be beneficial for just anybody who wants to volunteer? And we came to the consensus that we want it to be for everybody. So that being said, what we have published on and we've assembled is for any canvasser, regardless of the campaign that you're supporting. We really just want to empower folks. I mean,
right.
At that point right now.
And when Heather brought up this concept, I remember when you brought it up, Heather, you used the word, we need to make it universal. And universal so that anyone collecting signatures for any BQC in 2026 or even 2028 can use this. So, and when she brought up that concept, you know, it changed my paradigm thinking, and I'm like, this would make it even more useful to all our Kansans.
Yeah, but also kind of going back to when we were discussing that, we also, you and Brady both made it clear that we need to, if we're doing this, the work, if we can, when we can simplify the steps for the folks in our campaigns, we need to signal that to them. So all that to say is, as the decision that came down before Thanksgiving, there's 3 steps in Module 3 that the folks on the Protect Our Rights and For Our Kids campaigns don't have to follow. And so we've noted that we've updated the modules that you'll see now. I think it's like steps 10, 11, and 12, if I recall correctly. And there's just a little disclaimer, caveat on there that says, if you're part of Protect Our Rights or For Our Kids, you can, in essence, skip this step. But the steps are still there. for anybody
Right.
else who's not part of those BQC campaigns. So, but just to kind of give you an idea of what this is. So module 1 talks about just becoming a volunteer canvasser in Arkansas. And it talks about just kind of, you need to be a U.S. citizen, you need to be an Arkansas resident, 18 years old, and things like that. And then the second one is preparing to canvass. And there's logistics in these, like there's laws, there's finite details that you have to cover.
Right.
But kind of going back a little bit when we were talking about the process of how we put this together, we did do our, just kind of logistically put together new steps and things like that. But we took all that basic information to volunteers who
Right.
have worked with us in the past. And this was Kwami's idea. We need to take it to them, our field committees, and talk to them and say, hey, does this ring true to you? How could we make this better? How can we make this sound and hit better, land better for the people who will be watching these videos? So when we talk about preparing to canvas, there's the basics, there's the law stuff in there, but there's also talk about double check to make sure your canvassing location is allowed. Right.
Yeah.
And we reference folks to the ACLU page that kind of gives best practices, our ACLU of Arkansas page that gives best practices for that kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
Yes, and even doing the process of, I would say, vetting the idea with the experienced canvassers, being the campaign manager of several different campaigns over the last several years, I don't do a lot of going out and canvassing because I'm too busy doing other stuff. So in letting the canvassers look at this, there were actually, I think, about at least 4 steps that we didn't think of because we're in office, that the canvasser said, you better put this step in.
And that's why you get feedback from boots on the ground. From
and that's one of the steps that
doing the
she's
work.
talked about is when, I had a canvasser say, you must tell them to go to the ACLU website to look at their rights and everything, just in case someone tells them they cannot do what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, and actually the fun part about that was incorporating it into the video. In the video module, we screenshotted navigating on to the ACLU of Arkansas website. We showed you where to click the button and scroll down, find the page that says best practices for petitioning in Arkansas. So I think they call it Know Your Rights.
Know your rights. Yeah.
So,
Know your rights when canvassing.
I think another one that came back from that was, what do you do when somebody messes up when they're filling out a line and they mess up their address? Do we just scratch it out? How do we navigate that? And so we went in, added that step, and there's like a little motion graphic that very simply shows you one single line through the mistake, initial it, and then go down to the next line. So that's module 4, I think. Right.
Yeah, I would just want to tell people, go to those websites that Heather provided and print you a copy. It's going to be so helpful. I think everybody needs to have a printed copy in addition to watching the video.
Well, and you can also, some people love, a paper copy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Print it out. Yeah.
It lands well if you want to download it to your phone. It's a PDF. It reads easily on your phone. If you want to have it, you can just do like a quick reference if you're out in the field. Module 3 is probably the most robust section that I think people probably want to have on their phone when they're out in the field. And that's kind of the verifying a potential petition signer's voter registration. It has the website on there for, how to find if they're registered.
Right. The voter view, right.
Yeah, voter view.
Motivate, yeah. So that's great. Like I said, such important information, and we want all of our volunteers to make sure they have that. Watch the modules. Was there any more before I shift back to Kwame on volunteers? Was it any more? Okay, so that's just a quick overview of the training modules, the canvassing. I'm saying training, but canvassing modules, and it's a training. But it's so important. All the information is there, and there's even a section that if you have questions, they can email them, right? So
Yes, absolutely. Scroll to the bottom of the page if you have a question that's maybe there's something that we need to consider, or
right,
have a question that we just didn't quite get to.
right,
And I will say, kind of tease that we do have more content coming down the road.
right.
Ask that question, we monitor it.
Right. So yeah, it's monitored, and you will, get a response within a reasonable time on that. So just as a reminder, if anyone have any questions or comments, you can put them on the Facebook comments or in the chat here for those that are watching that are a part of the webinar. So Kwame, let me shift to you on going back to the volunteers and the training. So I know you all have had one Sunday evening, and unfortunately I missed it, but you did have a training with volunteers. So tell us what volunteers can expect when they sign up, because you do have a process where you are recruiting, we are recruiting volunteers, because we need volunteers in all 75 counties.
We do,
Right.
yes.
So we need volunteers in all 75 counties.
The more volunteers, the easier it is for everyone.
Right.
If we can get 30,000 volunteers, then all volunteers will have to get just 10 signatures each. So,
Done.
I was not expecting the 30,000 volunteers.
Yeah, I'm just, mathematically speaking, the more volunteers, the less signatures everybody has to get. But for those, we have two different processes going on simultaneously. We have the volunteers from the 2024 campaigns that we are speaking with, and right now, about half of them had already given a thumbs up, and the other half, they were waiting for the federal court to do what it just did before Thanksgiving. So we're going back to them and saying, okay, now can you come on? And those volunteers that did not volunteer in 2024, but they want to volunteer in 2026, they can go to either website, and there's a volunteer sign up button on each website. And when they sign up, we will be in contact with them within 2 weeks to get them onboarded with, the training video and everything. And as you mentioned, we're going to be having regular Sunday evening statewide virtual volunteer meetings that should not last more than 30-45 minutes, where we're just checking in with everybody, seeing what people need in the different counties, and updating people with information that they need to be successful in their volunteer canvassing.
Right. Okay, let me give the campaign address again for Protect Our Rights. So I know Heather gave this at the beginning.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, let's give it. We want you all to get it, because I don't know if it's posted yet in the chat or in the comments. I don't know, but let me give you all the website, because the comms team has put a lot of work and effort in these websites. And we have BQC partners. I do want to give them a shout out as well. So let me start with Protect Our Rights. So the website address is www.protectour rights. Protect ARPanel.org.
Yes.
Did I say that right? Protect, because I
Yes, ma'am.
our
You got it.
AR. Protectourrights.org. Okay. Now the coalition partners or the BQC, which is Ballot Question Committee, member groups are, of course, the Arkansas Public Policy Panel and the Citizens First Congress. We have AEA, we have the NAACP, For Our People,
Mhm.
Arkansas Appleseed, and Arkansas Advocates for Children and Families.
Yeah.
And growing, and growing.
And growing.
So those are the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are the 7 member groups. But there's a process for new coalition partners or BQC partners. And so we will be growing. We are growing. So those who want to volunteer, be a part of this, we're going to we have started gathering signatures. We've started.
Oh, yeah.
And for that particular BQC that you're mentioning, that's for the Arkansas Ballot Measure Rights Amendment of 2026,
Exactly.
which is geared to strengthen the citizens' right to actually do what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Strengthen and protect.
Strengthen and protect. And that's the big fight, you all. That is the big fight. We have to protect our right, our access to direct democracy, meaning our access to the ballot. You know, we want the people to continue to rule in Arkansas. Absolutely. That is our motto. That's Arkansas's motto, Regnat Populus, which is Latin, and it means the people rule. Mm-hmm. So we're in a fight to continue to allow the people to have access to put measures on the ballot. And we have to do that because our legislators...
your friends.
Okay, many of our legislators just won't do it. They are not going to do it. So we are thankful in Arkansas that we have this process. You know, there's not, there's probably 15 or 16 states in the country.
Little over a dozen states.
Little over a dozen
United
States.
And aren't we the only
allow for this process?
Yeah.
But Arkansas actually has the most comprehensive of all of the states.
Right. And aren't we the only southern state?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. So we have something pretty unique here, guys.
It's special. It's worth protecting.
It's special. It is worth protecting. And that's why we're in a fight. Oh, and let me give you
and we've had it since November 20th, 1920. That's when it was voted into existence.
Awesome. November 20th, 1920. So yeah, okay. Well, that's good stuff. Our historian there. Also, let me share with you that was Protect Our Rights. So our second, not necessarily second, but our other ballot measure, our initiatives, is For Our Kids. And the website, of course, www, but For Our Kids, which is the FOR kids, KIDS.org. So that's the second or the other ballot measure that we are working on. And we do have coalition partners, BQC partners that we're working with, because all of this is teamwork. It's all teamwork. You know, there's strength in numbers, and organized people have power. So we want you all to come join us. We want you to volunteer. Okay, so our y'all help me with this, because our coalition partners for this one is Arkansas Public Policy Panel, Citizens First Congress, AEA, Retired Teachers, Arkansas Retired Teachers Association, and State NAACP.
Yeah, there should be 5 for
that. Was 5. Okay, that was 5. Okay, so those are our partners. So you know who we're working with. If you all are watching this, and this is your first time really tuning in, or really, know this is a major operation. It takes a lot of time and capacity
Yeah.
to do this. And we need volunteers. We need volunteers. Kwame has shared with you about, volunteer training. We get this today was to talk about these modules that have been put together, canvassing modules, and we want you to go watch it. If you've got 10 minutes, you can watch it from start to finish in 10 minutes.
It is actually 10 minutes flat.
Yeah. So, and then, like I said, you can print out a PDF copy so you can have it, and it's a resource. It is a resource.
That part, yeah. It's a resource.
Yeah, and the goal is to empower the people. This is for anybody in Arkansas that is collecting signatures at this level. Is that right? At the state level?
Yes.
At the state level.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a municipal, if you're doing something in municipal, there are different regulations. So
actually, the particular rules in this video, because of new legislation that was passed, it also covers county and municipal signature collection as well.
Good. So you've got the information. Are there any questions before we start to wrap up? Let me check my nope, no questions have come in, no comments have come in. But if after we finish this, you have questions or comments, you can certainly put them on Facebook.
Yeah.
And whichever staff monitors Facebook will let us know. Oh, okay. Heather will we'll have a response for you. Yeah. Did I leave out anything, guys?
No, I mean, I would just say, looking to the future, we will have more content, kind of helpful content. Again, the goal being to empower volunteers, but this will be more like in the field content, like navigate petition blockers and stuff like that. So we're working on developing that right now. Hope to get it rolled out, early next year.
Right. Yeah. And that is a big part, how you deal with petition blockers, because, that's part of the opposition. They're out there and like I said, we want people in the field totally empowered to do this work.
Yeah. Know what your rights are, know
exactly
definitively what you can do and what you need to avoid. Again, it's just to streamline it in a way where there's just no wishy-washy,
right?
And that's that, right?
Right. And also, just to reiterate, if when you're looking through or you print it out, make sure you go to that ACLU page. I've been to that page because I like to click links and check out stuff. It's good. I mean, it is good information, and
It's good information.
Yeah, it's good information, and like I said, it's real empowering, and we need to know what our rights are. We need
that ACLU page actually was used quite frequently in 2024. There was a particular incident that I was involved in where the governor of the state of Arkansas actually told the Little Rock Police Department to detain myself and others from collecting signatures at a certain event.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
it
was a public. It was a
public event on public property. And the executive director of the ACLU actually came out to address that and kind of let the Little Rock Police Department know what they can and cannot do in relation to that.
So that's why you all is so important that you know your rights. We got to know what our rights are. What do we have authority to do? What do we, and if we didn't know, you could be pushed around, right?
Yeah.
You're on public property and it's a public, and that even talked about at the beginning of the training, where you can get signatures, and if you're in a public park, the police can't tell you to leave the public park because they don't like your petition. It just simply doesn't work that way, Now there's a way to handle conflict, but there's a way to handle but you need to know your rights. So This is great, y'all. I think this has been helpful for the viewers. I hope it has been helpful.
Yeah.
This was a kind of this was an introduction um, to the canvassing modules. We are getting ready, full force ahead with canvassing. We're after the holidays, we're gonna be in all in. Kwame, was there something? Did you? And I'm trying to think. Did you talk? You didn't talk about the launch yet, did you? Mid January.
We haven't discussed it in this particular forum.
Okay, it may be premature to even bring that up, but we'll be launching.
I mean, all I can say, but right now is we are looking to have a public launch
Yeah.
For signature collection during the weekend of the Martin Luther King Day. Federally, it's no longer a holiday.
No, I think
that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother webinar.
That weekend, January 17th, 18th, and 19th, we'll be doing statewide launches. And so we're in the process of securing the venues for that right now.
Okay, good. So you all be looking out for that, and make sure you all follow us on social media. We have a very robust page, Facebook, Instagram. We have an awesome comms team of one person. But but the information's there, right? So the information is there. Follow us on Facebook, the panel, CFC, and Instagram, and what else?
I will say this also: we're about to hit the road again with our ballot measure town halls.
Yes.
And the reason why I bring that up in this setting is that we do want volunteer canvassers. These are great. These will be statewide. We're kicking off. I think we've got 2 coming up in January, and we'll have maybe 1 or 2 in February. But we're going around the state again, and the idea is that we want folks from communities to come in and be able to actually come, ask questions, tell us your concerns, get the information that you need about the 2 campaigns that we're supporting, the direct democracy and the education campaigns. But then also we're hoping to kind of expand that further for this next round of ballot measure town halls to include, do you have questions about becoming a volunteer canvasser? And if you do, let's answer these questions. We'll help get you connected in, if you want to volunteer right there on the spot.
Right.
We'll get you connected. We're also looking at hopefully maybe even going out and petitioning after our town halls, canvassing after our town halls. So there will be opportunities.
Brady's big idea.
To sign and to do the work.
Right.
Go ahead and jump head first, as I always say. So.
Yeah, that's great. And one thing, let me address this, because one of the questions I hear from time to time, because people, when they hear about the petitions and ballot measures, people think back to the last cycle, which was 2024, and there were like 7 different ballot measures. Now, we don't know. We have no idea. We only know about these 2 that we're working on. So I just want to clear that up, because people are asking, I've had numerous people ask me at different places, well, what about this or what about that? We don't know. We don't know. That some of those may come back. There were other groups that were working on those petitions. We're just working on these 2. Okay. So I just want to clear that up. Yeah.
But the training modules, whichever campaign you're supporting, will work for you.
Any ballot measure that comes up that makes, people can use those training modules. And I appreciate you all making it universal, and that way everybody can use it. Everybody. So, all right, y'all, we are wrapping up. We want to thank everybody for their time, for tuning in today to learn about, to allow us to talk to you about the training modules for canvassing. canvassing is essential in this work because we have to have, all these thousand, which I think Kwame's goal is 150,000 signatures for both ballot measures, which leaves no room for error. I mean, we're good. If we get that many, we're good. But you know what? It's doable.
It's totally doable.
Like I said, like he said before, we got 70,000 signatures in 3 months last time. So
less than 3 months.
Was it less? Okay. Yeah. So we can do it. We can do it. It's December. We've got a few in, but
and we have 6 months.
Now we got 6 months. And so we can do it. I'm very optimistic. I'm excited about it. I hope you all are excited. I hope you all want to volunteer. Go fill out that volunteer form. Kwame eventually get it. I don't know what happens, but the back office part of that, but it goes to somebody that will reach out.
Brady is our back office.
Oh, Brady's the back office. And also organizations, if you all need us to come out and speak to your group, man, holler at us.
Yeah.
Holler at us. We will come. And it's not just us. We have our BQC partners from these other organizations.
Oh, yeah.
Who are also going out to town hall meetings. So it's not just us. We have our partners. And that way we can rotate. So, no one or two of us have to go out constantly. So we have a team and we are ready. We're ready to come talk to your group. After we talk to your group, we want to sign up everybody to sign the petitions. And then we recruit some volunteers and we just repeat the process. So thank you all so much. Any closing comments from either? Any closing thoughts?
I'm good. Let's get going.
All right, let's do it. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. All right, let's do this thing. So, all right, well, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. Share this with communities and people that you know are interested in volunteering or just interested in the work, saving direct democracy. Just share this video and let's try to get it far and wide, okay?
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a great week.
I have one final thing. First and foremost, like it's been stated throughout this video, all of the work that went into creating both the video and the printed modules, the University of Arkansas Public Policy Center, they just recently released a very similar Arkansas Canvasser guide that is right on point. Both of them have the same exact information. So that just goes to let everyone know that the information that we have is very legitimate information that can be trusted because the University of Arkansas Public Policy Center up in Fayetteville, they created a similar guide that has the same exact information.
Well, good. Yeah, folks know they can trust us. We got 63 years in this game, so we've
got some good coalition partners. And
we got credibility. So, but that's a good point, though. So thank you for sharing that, Kwame. I think I heard you all talking about that earlier. So that's good. That's good to know. So y'all take it back. Oh, there is one question. Hang on. There is one question. We think you are very entertaining.
Oh, no.
Hey, I just do me. That's all right. I just do me. Y'all know how I am. I am who I am. So, all right. Appreciate that comment, sir. The good thing about it, that was our executive director.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. And we will see you back on webinars the 1st of mid-January, I think.
Yeah, we've got one coming up.
Friday in January, yeah. We'll advertise and do all of that, but we'll be back the 2nd Friday in January. So, all right, everybody have a good weekend. Take care. Peace.